Now we have the worst pay-per-view of the decade. And again, if you want to kill some brain cells, if you want to torture yourself, if you want to torture a friend, tie them up and put on these matches from these pay-per-views. Jeff, what do we have here from this list?
Okay, so TNA starts the category off with Boisterous Impact. Hardcore Justice 2010, and then Victory Road from 2011 and 2012. Followed by WWE Battleground 2013, WWE Battleground 2014, WWE Survivor Series 2015, WrestleMania 32. I never thought I would live to see the day where a No DQ Worst Anything award went to WrestleMania Anything, and both the main event and the whole show got the award that year. So there you go. Battleground 2017. And then Crown Jewel 2018 and Super Showdown 2019. So let's just cut right through with here. First of all, these Saudi shows are what they are.
Yeah.
They're not going to be 5-star shows. They're not even going to be the best shows we see in a decade. So I think those should be right at the top. Yeah, they're bad, but we know they're going to be bad. So whatever. WrestleMania is supposed to be the pinnacle. WrestleMania is supposed to be the culmination of a year's worth of work, a year's worth of investment we've put in the product, a year's worth that Vince has put in the product, and Hunter and everybody else put in the product. And the WrestleMania they delivered to us 4 years ago in 2016 in Dallas, which should have been the biggest WrestleMania of all time, the most attended WrestleMania of all time according to their record books. There wasn't one, I don't think, redeeming quality that stands out to me of that whole show. And the one that did got wiped out a night later when Zack Ryder, who cost us our hair, lost the IC title right away to The Miz. So, yes, there were some bright spots, but nothing that really, I can't think of anything that stands out right off the top of my head. So, I think WrestleMania's got to get serious consideration for it. Those TNA shows were bad. Hardcore Justice was super, super bad.
Now wait, is that the one with the ECW group EV 2.0? Oh God.
Yeah. It was designed to be a proper send off ECW after WWE hoarded out pretty much is what they were going for there. And it was just half those guys should have been wrestling, first of all. The other half shouldn't have been walking. So it was just a bad show. Victory Road 2011, of course, with the Jeff Hardy's thing match you mentioned earlier, was bad. And I can't remember Victory Road 2012, but it obviously made the list, so obviously it was a bad show. But I don't remember enough about any of those shows to really make it stand out. I remember being in Wade's living room, getting ready to tape our post show without our hair in place, and just being like, God, that was bad. That was really, really bad. So yeah. That's my pick, personally.
Right. So, I mean, WrestleMania 32, of course, big stage. We all remember it. I don't remember any of the battlegrounds, so I couldn't even tell you what the main events were, those pay-per-views. I just know in general the battlegrounds were pretty lackluster. Survivor Series 2015, I thought was pretty bad. That was right after Rollins got injured, and they did that tournament, which Sheamus won, and Dean Ambrose lost to Reigns, and people were mad about that.
Roman won the tournament, and then Sheamus cashed in.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that pay-per-view sucked, and that was just a really bad period creatively for WWE. So that's towards the top. I'm going to go with Crown Jewel. I know you mentioned Saudi Arabia shows earlier. We knew they were going to be bad, but man, Shawn coming back just really left a bad taste in my mouth. And that match, I was embarrassed by it. So I'm going with Crown Jewel, but WrestleMania 32 is right up there as well.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned Shawn coming back, because I was talking to when I watched the Broken Skull sessions with Austin Undertaker, and they mentioned that Shawn was the one guy that didn't have a bad taste in his mouth from leaving. It's like, well, yeah, but he came back.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and it left taste in my mouth. I still, to this day, have not watched the DX versus Brothers of Destruction match or Hunter versus Undertaker by himself. The newest one. I can't. They're just bad. Anyway, yeah, Crown Jewel. I think the two Saudi shows on here are definitely considerable, but it's just for me. I think either are going to be bad. So that's my own personal take.
And WrestleMania should never be on the list, quite frankly, for the worst pay-per-view. So that's definitely a good reason to vote for it. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what the people vote for.